Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another video of Green Square Talks Battlebots. Joining me for our second Battlebots questionnaire, on the top we got Civilian Arc on the left, Pory Nog on the right, and then Spin Doctor down below in the bottom right and stuff, and you'll probably know who I am and stuff, so. Yeah, how's it going, all three of you?
I'm doing decent. Just watched the new Batman movie. It was a Batman movie.
Yes.
Yes. I went to a convention today. It was a good time. Got Royal Farms chicken. I don't know if y'all have that, but if you
Never
you
heard of
do,
it.
it's great. It's a gas station, but it's a gas station that makes ball and chicken.
I've only watched 4 movies in the past week.
Only four. Or
I
four?
mean,
What four?
that's more
How about
than
four?
me. That's more than me right now, as I think I've only watched one in the past week.
The four of you watched Spin.
Okay. Hot Fuzz, How to Train Your Dragon, West Side Story, and Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Which Sweeney Todd?
The one with Jack Sparrow or Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is the second questionnaire. This is as of episode 9 of Battlebots 2021. I've received 17 questions that we'll be answering here. Some of them more serious than others, as some of these are not Battlebots related questions, but whatever. I'll still answer them anyway and stuff, and I'm sure these three will probably answer them too. Some of them are pretty humorous questions, and yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the first question, which is a question that I put in myself. As of episode 9, what are 5 of your favorite fights of the season so far?
Okay.
Which I think would be a good one to
Okay.
start it off. And
In order or just in general?
in general, you can rank them if you want to. It doesn't matter to me. Any of it.
Guess I'll go.
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me
yeah,
who
you
goes
can
first.
go
Spin can go first.
I'll go
Spin can
first.
go
Okay. Obvious choice: Yeti versus Scorpios, most recent. I really like that was my favorite main event. Following closely behind that is my second favorite main event. This is not ranked. This is just off the top of my head. Copperhead versus Lockjaw. That was excellent. Behind that, not also non order, is Blacksmith versus Malice. That was really fun. I love aggressive bout. Behind that is I really enjoyed Defender versus Riptide. Like that's in my top 5. I don't exactly know why. That was just an excellent bout in my opinion. And then behind that once more is uh I the one where Shredderator won. The first
Shredderator
one,
and
Tombstone.
Tombstone or Shredderator and
Yes,
Jaeger?
that yes.
Yeah.
Tombstone, yes.
Alright, so I might as well go next. So, I don't have them all ranked right now, but Blacksmith and Malice is definitely up there, as is, yeah, Yeti and Scorpios is also pretty banger. Not sure if it'd be part of my top 5, but it's definitely up there. Copperhead and Lockjaw is another one of my favorites. Minotaur and Sawblaze is definitely up there myself. That was an absolute banger of a fight, and yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Kraken and Rotator as well. That was another great fight in my opinion, and those explosions that we saw on Kraken was pretty sweet to see, and yeah, I think that probably about covers it for me.
I'll go next. Okay, so I have these ranked. So I'll start with my fifth one. So at number 5 we have Valkyrie versus P1, just because I love the driving from P1, and Valkyrie gave out some good hits. It was just good seeing P1 get that win, so that's why it's on my list. Number 4, we have Blacksmith versus Malice. Great opening fight. Loved the shots in it. Just great in general. Number 3, we have Copperhead versus Lockjaw. The number 3 and number 2 are pretty interchangeable because they're both pretty banger fights. Yeah, Copperhead versus Lockjaw was such a fucking slugfest, and I just loved watching it happen. Number 2, we have Yeti versus Scorpios. This might just I might just have it higher just because it's more recent memory to me. But yeah, it was also a pretty good fight. But at number 1, we have Riptide versus Duck. Main reason because we finally got to see Duck go in 3 bitches.
Huh.
Yay.
Yeah. So Malice Blacksmith, obviously. Copperhead, Lockjaw, Yeti, Scorpios. Ribbot versus P1 is definitely on my list. 100%. Ribbot's going all the way. Deep Six versus Pain Train because of that hit. I know it's just a hit, but that was such a juicy hit. I'm gonna count it. And an honorable mention, uh, Rampage versus Retrograde.
What? Really?
No, not really.
Although notable for me would be Black Dragon and Rotator and stuff.
That's
I
up there too.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that one. I'd also add Defender and Riptide to that as well. Oh, that Spin
Yeah.
mentioned because that was also an awesome fight. Gotta agree with Spin there.
I need to get Mantine here to help me bitch about Black Dragon versus Rotator.
Well, that's too bad because we're gonna go on to the next question. So, I apologize if I mispronounce your name, Grand Papeco, or however you pronounce that. From Instagram, what are your thoughts on ranking Tombstone so low? And he is referencing that to my mid-season predictions podcast, where I ranked Tombstone at 31, and which I'll just ask you guys share your opinions on Tombstone after I kind of like explain this so far this regular season, since Tombstone's had a fight so between my mid-season predictions and then. So at the time, Tombstone was 1-1 with a victory over Mammoth and a loss to Captain Strider. My reason for putting Tombstone that low at 31 for my mid-season predictions podcast is really like, while it did get a destructive victory over Mammoth and the Captain Strider fight was really competitive, I just feel like the quality of fights just hasn't been there for Tombstone, including it lost drive right pretty quickly. And it sounds like it was a wiring thing, I'm guessing, for both why they lost drive on the in the Mammoth fight and maybe even how they lost the weapon in the free shipping fight. But yeah, like while the Tombstone that we're seeing now is definitely destructive as it has been in the past, like the quality of fights that's provided just hasn't been there so far this season, and that's kind of hurt them in my power rankings so far because I feel their resume for their victories just isn't as strong as others. And in no way would I shame Tombstone that Tombstone needs to retire or anything like that, because like with every new design there are gremlins that are there, and that's what's going on with Tombstone and stuff. Like, I don't think Tombstone's a bad design. I don't think it needs to retire. I give no shame to the team whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree. It's see Tombstone. If I were to do the top 32 rankings, I'd probably give it like, like somewhere between like 17 and 23, somewhere in that ballpark, give or take. I might, very variable, could go either way, but yeah, it's definitely in the top 32. I mean, it's got 2 wins, it's got to be in, but its schedule and its performance leave a lot to be desired. It's still a terrifying bot. It still does lots of damage. They're still legends in the sport, but like they got 3 fights that all were in theory gimme fights. One fight it got its ass kicked. The other fight it won, but it was a double KO, so that's not that good. That's a pretty lousy win. And then the third one it decisively won, but like its weapon died halfway through, and it was just like a pushing match. While it did have some good moments, it still was on the ropes for a bot that had one wheel. Like free shipping wasn't going to win that by any means, but like I feel like could have capitalized more with free shipping since they had one wheel, and quite frankly, they're lucky they got the 3 wheels off while they did.
My opinion on Tombstone of this season is, if favoritism wasn't a factor in the selection committee, which it obviously is, Tombstone should, in theory, be the lowest ranked 2-1 in my opinion. Not only does it have a very weak strength of schedule, its wins are not impressive at all. It's Mammoth win. It should have been counted out, and Mammoth shouldn't have. And in free shipping, it lost its weapon to a one-wheel robot, as well as the fact in Captain Shredderator, it lost its weapon. It lost part of its weapon, like I want to say, like first two exchanges. So, in my opinion, Tombstone should be one of, if not the lowest ranked 2-in-1.
There's a few 2-in-1s I would rank lower,
Yeah,
I would like to.
probably
like
same
like
here.
Defender. Uh,
I put Shredderator lower, honestly.
Ooh, interesting.
Even though it beat Tombstone, I would put it lower. I mean, look at its loss. Look at its loss to Gigabyte. It was.
Yeah, but it had good
I
moments. What? What? At least it was a good
It had good
loss.
moments, but, like, it was such a weak loss. Like, they kind of just flatlined
Weak
after a
loss.
couple
It
hits.
had
Yeah.
a good.
It was the Jaeger win was pretty good though. Like it wasn't a great fight, but like they did decisively beat up on Jaeger. They ripped the undercutter off of Toe Crusher, and they
Spin. In one of Tombstone's only wins in the season so far, it literally died. What do you mean Captain Shredderator had a weak loss if Tombstone had a win where it also lost?
Can I talk about Tombstone now?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was interrupting someone. Okay, so I'm still positive on Tombstone. Obviously, it gets a really low rank, like like a high 20s, like as in like 28 area. Its wins were not very strong. I don't, it technically died against Mammoth, but it got stuck in a kill saw, so I don't really hold that against Tombstone very much. And it did lose its weapon against Free Shipping, who at that time had one wheel. So, however, I do give it credit that it did take out Mammoth, and it did not take out Mammoth, but like it did deal nasty damage in like 2 hits to Mammoth, and it kind of just got stuck in the kill sauce. That didn't happen. They probably would have won the match more decisively. And then free shipping, they took out 3 wheels, and they were able to out push a Gary free shipping on 1 wheel. So I mean, it's not very impressive, but like it is not the worst 2-in-1, I don't think.
All right. So yeah, I think that probably about covers it then. I think we'll go ahead and get on to the next question, where Chad Robbins has one for us.
hello,
Ne-
Chad.
Next year, if Battlebots create a rule that limited how long forks can be, and then maybe 12 inches, for example, do you think it would be good or bad for the sport? Which
Good.
I think that's a great question, and
Yeah,
I
it's
would
good.
probably say I think it's good for the sport because I feel long forks have hurt more teams than they've helped teams and stuff. Because, like, let's see, for example, Endgame came in with long forks against Hydra, and they had some real
Fuck
struggles, and it
off.
kind of brought down the. I feel like it kind of might have brought down like a little bit of the entertainment to the fight a little bit and stuff. And
Yeah.
Scorpios kind of fits in there as well with the forks they came in with the fight with Whiplash, but I don't know.
Uh, I'm gonna say no. Resounding no. If the robot wants to add something to their bot to hinder the fight, PETA, then I mean that's their choice. And also, it keep in mind a lot of these robots don't know how to do the forking. If they if they did if they did make this a rule, then what's Sawblaze gonna do? Sawblaze has forks that are longer than like a foot, and technically, so what is Sawblaze just have to like struggle as a result just because they're the only ones that know how to do forks right? I mean, clearly making really long forks it's mostly a meme, but like like I think Endgame realized after the fight with Hydra that they're like, oh yeah, we should probably not do that again. So I wouldn't agree with that rule being a thing.
Yeah,
Kind of with
that probably convinced me to go the other way as well and stuff, just in case the team happens to does happen to get it right. All right, go ahead, civilian.
Pory on this one. You have all these bots and they make all these adjustments and strategies, and sometimes you got to know, is this strategy good, is this strategy bad? Battlebots is a learning experience in a lot of ways. Even if you're like the fact if even if you're like Endgame and you're the defending champ, it's still a learning experience. So like for example, Endgame versus Hydra, as Pory said, like if Endgame realized like the long fork strat doesn't work, they stopped doing that after that, and like I don't feel like longer just like eliminating the factor of like getting rid of long forks is gonna it's kind of gonna more hinder people in what they know how in learning of what to do in strategizing. So I feel like they should not like cut off the length of forks in my opinion.
Okay, I'll go. You know, Pory did a really good job with this just how he uh said his opinion. Sorry, I'm really blanking on how to phrase that. But
Thank you.
yeah, he did a really good job on that. Cause like I agree. Like I think you should leave the bot to the builders to their own devices. Like you can't just throw in a
Yeah.
rule just because you don't like a certain thing if it's not like a big thing, you know? Like also you don't like the bike rack, put in a rule that says no corralling. But just to say you can't have forks over 12 inches, even though that
Right.
affects teams that have been doing it for a while and are fine, like that's not right in my opinion. Or
Yeah.
it's just, uh.
Very true. All right, I think we can go ahead and get on to the next question, unless if anyone has anything else on that. Uh, yeah, next question. So, Puny Soldier, or from Instagram, asked if you could build a bot for Battlebots, what would it be? What weapon and what name? And so,
Ooh, I've
yeah,
actually
Hammer drum. Hammer drum. That's its name and
Switchback.
its weapon.
No, it's not. It's not a hammer drum.
well,
It's an
he said that's a
articulating
robot
drum.
he would bring and stuff. He'd bring
Oh,
a hammer
okay.
drum.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay, I'll try and be as very descriptive as possible with this robot battlebot idea I have one day, and I probably won't be able to bring because I'm broke as fuck and probably won't be able to pay for even an eighth of the amount of parts I'd need. But
You can buy an eighth.
okay, so basically, my idea for a robot would be something like similar to like a humanoid robot, similar to like a Baldian Overlord, but not like with the fucking moving arm shit. So basically, my idea is like there's wheels on on the feet, obviously, and then with the arms, there's these long ass forks that go all the way to the ground. So they're high up, and then in the middle, like through the chest and head region, you have this big ass like deep six size bar on it. So it's spinning. It's and then its name will be called Devil Hunter.
Bruh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't really thought of anything like I would want to enter BattleBots at some point, but I haven't really thought of anything like big like design wise. Kind of like a few of the thoughts I've thought of was maybe a robot like similar in design to Yeti, but instead of a drum spinner, go with a vertical spinner and stuff like a four-wheel drive. Uh, it's also got some similarities to Lockjaw, but I wouldn't go for ground game. I'd go for reach, basically invertible, four-wheel drive, vertical spinner on the front, and probably wouldn't put a lot of armor on it, just for weight reasons and keep the reliability up and stuff. So no forks as well as I wouldn't be going for ground game. I'd be going for reach each regardless. So I don't know what I'd name it though. I haven't really thought that far ahead or anything like that.
Okay, so obviously there's Bung, but I'm not gonna go with Bung because they're gonna win the chaotic tournament next season. But
Okay, that's true. That's true.
my robot idea is called ventriloquist, where it's a full body, a 125 pound full body spinner, but it doesn't move. It's just a standalone full body spin. It has wheels on the bottom, but like doesn't have motors to move it around. It's just focused entirely on the spinning. Meanwhile, the main part of the bot, also 125 pounds, is like gonna be like a plow with like sort of like a plow that sort of has like maybe like a lifter on it or something, but or maybe a grappler where it's gonna have on the back of it, it's gonna have like underneath like a very low like arms to get underneath the full body spinner to control the full body spinner around the arena. But then it can be a stationary part of the arena, and then it'll use the plow on the front to push robots into the full body spinner thing.
So something like a Duck Valkyrie Gigabyte moment.
Yeah, it's like it'll be like something like that. Like it'll be like a stationary full body spinner that's always spinning, and then just like the other robot on the other side will just like push a robot into it and do damage that way.
I would like to elaborate on Hammer Drum. So my idea, it's not, I don't want to just do switchback, but like focus on overhead. I want to have like a control bot. I want to have something like scoops or like something like fork, similar to what Retrograde has. But like, I just want to be able to control and just throw my drum into things. Like, I want something just like really aggressive, but like able to do damage and control. Like, I just want to drive into bots and just throw this meaty weapon into them. You know,
That's
it's not gonna be a
very
wide drum, but it's gonna be it's not, it's gonna be smaller than what Switchback has, but it would be just chunky enough to do damage, but not like really thin that it's just a hammer saw.
I like that.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome and stuff. Lots of interesting choices here between the bunch of us and stuff. So find out who the
If I had to
first
pick
one
a
of the
theme,
four of us
Grim
to
Reaper.
get into Battlebots is and stuff. Alright, so we'll next go to Let the Bot Battle Begin on Instagram, who asked me,
Oh.
am I the best Battlebots fan page?
Nope.
Wow.
I'm already gonna say nope, and I'll say who the
Uh,
best one is in a bit.
It's not in the
Yeah.
Rainbow Square, that I can assure.
I have an answer for who the best one is.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's not Let the Bot Battle Begin, but I feel the pinnacle of BattleBots fan pages is definitely Nate when he had the Baby Yoda pick. I
yeah.
feel like that era was like the pinnacle. But also another honorable mention probably has to go to that page. It's like a picture of Ambush from season 2 that like their name is just
So
Fuck.
Vortex. That's Vortex.
Is that Vortex? Okay, Vortex is
He made an
shitpost page.
he made an alternate account called In the Nelly Square, and
Yeah.
because because he asked me like a couple months ago. He's like, Civ, why the fuck do you have a PFP of Rainbow? And I'm like, because I'm in the Rainbow Square. Why the fuck wouldn't I be? It's like if I had a account called In the Nelly Square, and then I didn't have Nelly as my PFP, and he's like, oh, bet.
Okay. Well, yeah, that one's up there. In the green square is of course up there. It's a pinnacle. In the rainbow square, always a fun time. They, uh,
Blooper
I'm not
Spoof
even.
is up there as well for me. And stuff,
Blooper
because like
spoof is good.
he posts fight images on there, or on his account and stuff, and some of the other reveals, and I think lots of that stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Vintage.
definitely shout out to you for calling me the best Battlebots fan page there. I probably wouldn't say I'm the best Battlebots fan page, even though I know there are some people that will, and stuff. I would definitely say I'm up there, but I probably wouldn't say I'm the best BattleBots fan page. Like, I'd also say Blue Square is up there as well. I'd say BattleBots fan page when especially during the season, as he posts a lot of clips of fun fights and stuff. BattleBots Collector is pretty cool too, with some of
Yeah,
his
you know.
classic BattleBots posts,
I got more coming.
even though it hasn't happened in a while. Uh,
I'm taking
let's see.
professional pictures of all the toys. I'm going to be posting them on there.
Trying to figure
Like
out who is the
professional.
one that posts that who posts the fight card information. I want to say it's the Battlebots page, I think, that does that.
Oh, him.
BBBN podcast.
Yeah, BBN
Always.
podcast is cool too.
In the Aquamarine Square.
Yep,
A
Aquamarine Square is
very
also
random
very cool too.
Miles. Top tier. Primo. Le, 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 Wendell fell.
What?
What?
What did you just say?
What?
Yeah, the
You know,
Battlebots page is who I was thinking of, because I think the format for his fight results card is really neat and stuff, but Yeah, there are lots of cool fan pages out there and stuff. Not sure.
Caleb Robot
Yep,
Art. You
Caleb.
can't forget that.
Oh yeah, I'd say Caleb Robot is my number one and
and
stuff.
what
No,
about
His constant
Kevin?
artwork is
none of
fantastic.
you
Kevin
fucking
is
said
What's
also
Kevin's
Kevin.
new
What the
really
name?
cool.
fuck?
What?
Robotic
None
Pixels
of
or
you guys
whatever.
said Kevin. What the fuck?
He just said
Yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin's a. Yeah, I just said Kevin. I
Yeah.
literally
Y'all
just
didn't say
did.
Kevin up to the. Okay, so
Yeah,
as
I'd
you
say
all know,
Caleb Robot Art and Kevin and Blooper are probably my
I like Irrational.
top three. Irrational's pretty cool too. But
Hot Coin is pretty good.
also none of you mentioned Chaotic. What the fuck?
Chaotic
Hey,
as
I love
well.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
Chaotic's a
Alright,
good one.
Yep.
Alright, so
Yeah.
as y'all know, I run the Battlebots fan page tournament on Instagram. Green used to, but now I do. So here is the top 5 Battlebot fan pages, basing it off of last season. And I'm sorry, let the bot battle begin. You ain't one of them. Currently, you're 1-1. No, you're 1-2 now since you got fucking blasted in the first round of the Desperado. Okay, so top 5 is number 5. We have Battlebots Collector. Number 4, we have Blooper Spoof. Number 3, we have In the Green Square. Number 2, we have Chaotic Robotics. Number 1, we have the man who gave me merch for free, Kevin Theven.
Oh yeah.
Solid. All right. I'll probably say let's go ahead and get on to the next question.
You didn't let Spin talk. What the hell, man?
Do you have anything, Spin?
I mean, I don't really follow the Battlebots fan pages that much. I don't really keep up what's happening. But I will say Blooper Spoof is the one I like keep up with the most. Like I most look at their page and what they're doing. So I guess they're my number one by default.
That's fair.
Wow. Okay. I see how it is. You know.
All right. Next question from Battlebot's fan page tournament. Remember that time Civilian Art got muted in Uda?
I never asked that. What? Oh wait, no, that's the other. Oh god damn it!
Oh come on! You know I had to say that.
No. You know what? No.
Okay, so now I'm gonna tell a little story and stuff. So
Are we doing full lore here?
so
Yeah, we
Oblivion
got the
Prime
full
gets
lore.
into some sort of argument
I know what
in
the argument
Uda.
is. I know what the argument is.
What was the topic?
The topic was us arguing. It was actually 3 arguments, but the main one is what brought me into it. Is that episode 1 of season 6 was a bad episode with not really good fights. Then we went into saying that Uppercut versus Sawblaze is an overrated main event. Then we went into saying that Bite Force versus Witch Doctor was not a top 5 BattleBots championship fight.
Yeah, and so basically, it at some point gets heated between him and between Civilian Arc and somebody else. Some admin comes in telling them to calm down and stuff just because it's starting to get heated, but Civilian Arc doesn't realize it's an admin, so he cusses out the admin a few times and
He didn't cuss them out.
I don't know about cuss him out, but talked back towards him. And
Her.
yeah, he threatened to mute Civilian Arc.
She threatened to mute Civilian
She
Arc.
threatened to mute Civilian Arc. I don't
Yeah.
know the admins that well, but yeah, and then said enjoy your muted Civilian Arc. And Civilian, what's your record in combat robotics again?
2-2.
Yeah, and then Freeze said your record should be 2-4 with that L you took in Uda and King of Draft. This is so funny.
Yeah, that was a funny time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, Civilian Arc was said something to me. Like he said like "fuck you" to me or something.
Oh.
Because you were rephrasing everything I said, which pissed me off.
Yeah, because you were being a favela. Like that's not my fault.
It's fun times, but Uda is a Discord group, if you don't know what that is, where like lots of the information that I get on Battlebots episodes that don't come from the episode, that I don't get from teams on like Instagram or Facebook, I typically get from there. Some of the fun facts I managed
Oh yeah,
to
you get
find
some
out,
fun
and yeah,
info there.
it gets interesting in there sometimes, but you get some pretty good information. Oh, Spin left. Oh, there's Spin. All right, Spin, you got anything you want to say about that question?
I did not hear of it until now. But that's a
No.
really funny story.
It was funny.
Yep. All right, I think we'll just go on to the next question. From Battlebots fan page tournament V2. Is Revenge from the Sith heavily underrated? I told you there were going to be I told you there were going to be some not some very serious questions. That's the next few. Well, next many I'd probably say. So,
Can I start? Can I start on this
go
one?
ahead.
So there was a time where Revenge of the Sith was a very underrated movie because everyone's like, "Oh, the prequels are terrible. The prequels suck." But now I feel like it's just been flipped. Like people really like the prequels now, and then Revenge of the Sith starts to get pushed up to like the top of the list. And I still think there are like many problems and flaws in the movie. I just think hold it back. There's just a lot of less interesting stuff, and just like of course CGI is just kind of holding it back as prequels, even though it is better than the third one. I just think the original trilogy is still more solid than that. It could maybe beat out Revenge of the Jedi, but no way it beats out New Hope and Empire. I think people are starting to like it too much now.
All right, I'll go ahead and answer next. Like this one, it really depends on whether you see Star Wars like for the action or do you see Star Wars for the story. In which, if you're there for the action, like Revenge of the Sith definitely is a big one for you to see, a big one that I would recommend you watch because that movie is full of action and stuff. But then if you're there for the story, I just feel the quality of the story just isn't exactly there and stuff. And that's the reason why one of my parents did not like Revenge of the Sith and stuff. But then of course since I like the action bit, like that's always been me. It's kind of like why became a fan of Star Wars when I was really young. Uh, the action's kind of like what I was there for back then and why I loved Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, I personally do think it's underrated, but I could definitely see why others would say the opposite and stuff. So
I think it's fine. I mean, I'm not really a big Star Wars head. I play the games sometimes. You know, movies, I don't have any issue with the movies, and that includes the prequels, that includes the sequels. They're fine. I mean, I'm not invested enough in the lore to really care if like it's not like spot on. Like if it's like, like if Luke isn't if Luke's like I don't really care like, oh, Luke drinks like blue breast milk in the movie or whatever happened in the sequels. Like I don't really care, but it's just it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars guy anyway, so I'm not the demographic to get upset about it.
Actually, he drinks green milk.
I thought it was blue. Isn't it blue?
It's green in the new
But
movies. It's blue in the original.
but he drinks breast milk.
Yes, straight from the tip.
Okay.
Okay, so as a man who went on the journey of Lego Star Wars on Green Stream, I can say that for certain Revenge of the Sith is definitely a top 3 movie for me. The other prequels suck major ass. Episode 1 is fucking god awful. Episode 2 can go suck a dick. But Episode 3 is where it's at. Revenge of the Sith is amazing. Some of the parts are, in fairness, kind of memeable, but I think that's also what I kind of like about it is that it's kind of just like it's stupid at times, but it's like it's laughably stupid. It's not like
It's like my videos.
it's like Phantom. It's not like Phantom Menace where if like fucking Jar Jar Binks was there for like half
Yo,
the
Jar Jar
time.
Binks fucking rules. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, Pory, I've immediately lost respect for you.
No, you look here. No. Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is.
Jar Jar Binks is the lamest character in all
No,
of
he's
cinema.
cool. Bro,
I
I'm
swear to
like the
God.
Jar Jar Binks of Green
swear
Square
to
Talks
God. I
Battlebots.
swear
You
to
hate
God.
me.
Yes.
Yusuf Velasa.
Okay, yes, I do hate you now.
No, you look here. Jar Jar is The
Wait,
best
I don't know.
in Star Wars.
And I thought my fucking power rankings were trash.
Bro,
You're
I had
just
Jar Jar Lego figures. I had Jar Jar action figure. I had there's like this lollipop they produced in like 2001. Like so when like episode 1 came out, there's like a lollipop they produced that like it had like it was Jar Jar's head, and when you pushed the trigger, like his mouth opened and like there's like a tongue that came out, and the tongue was a lollipop. I'm dead ass. This was a real piece of merchandise, and I
It
had it as
sounds
a
like
kid.
something that somebody would definitely make. I wish you had
No,
that
it's
here. You
really.
could show us it.
I'm sending you a picture in the group chat. Hold on. This is a thing, and I had it as a kid. It was I think it was watermelon flavored, if I remember correctly.
You got anything you want to add to the conversation that Civilian and Pory just had spin?
I don't.
What do you think of the Jar Jar lollipop spin?
Kind of want one. Not gonna lie.
Ooh. I haven't looked at it, to be honest, as I will at the end of the podcast, because otherwise I'd go straight to the chat part, or Streamlabs
bro,
would just
that's
go
a
straight to
stupid
there.
looking lollipop. What the hell?
Yeah, it's a lollipop. It was a. I had it as a kid because I like Jar Jar as a kid.
Weirdo.
Misa don't want to hear it.
Well, you said stupid.
Here, you want to know?
You
I
so
got a follow up to the first Battlebots fan page tournaments questions. Civilian, can you teach Pory how to get banned in Uda, since he's always asking to be banned either in my Discord
Yes.
server or any of Quartz Discord servers?
Yeah, I can teach young Padawan the ways of the Force.
Misa gonna get banned. What am I just like exclusively talking there, like just like as Jar Jar Bakes be like, Misa like that fight.
Well, now Pory knows how he can annoy Civilian extra now.
Yeah,
So.
more than he already does.
It's beautiful. It's crazy how much he's got, like the accent and stuff, done pretty well.
Misa don't want to hear it.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next question, where Molly Bertie asks, "What color is a black hole?" Yeah.
Isn't a black hole like nothingness though? Like I don't think it would technically be black.
I'm gonna say it's see-through is what it is,
Yeah, it's
because
like
you're seeing into something. You're seeing into a black space and stuff, but
Misa don't know about this question.
what do you got, Civilian and Spin?
Okay, so I just want y'all to know, if Earth got close enough, the side nearest to the black hole would begin stretching toward it. Our atmosphere would start to be vacuumed up, and then huge chunks of the Earth would rip apart and follow suit. If Earth managed to fall into the orbit of a black hole, we'd experience a tidal heating. So, black holes are fucking scary, man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they're really scary.
I'm gonna guess that they're probably like transparent or some shit. Like, you can see through them, but you know that they're there. Is my guess.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
What color is a black hole? Asked by one of one of my college friends, where she sent in 7 questions and stuff. Some of
Wow.
them are more serious some of them are less serious than others, but
Hey, the black hole is a serious thing.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to mess with that.
You see,
oh yeah.
the black hole is no color because it just takes in light. Nothing can reflect off of it or whatever. How light and color work, something like that. Yes, that's my answer. No color. It's a trick question. Try trick us.
That's what I said.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying, see through and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Gotta love my college friends down here. They rock. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to her next question, where she asked, "Where did James find the giant peach?"
The fuck? Who is
Wait, what?
James and what the fuck is the giant peach?
James and the
Wait, what was the
giant
question?
peach.
One day,
Never heard of
okay,
that before.
he's just chilling. He's just chilling on the beach or near his house, right? And one day, it just starts rolling in from a distance. You can see it from a distance, and it just starts rolling towards him, and it stops right at his footstep. and he says, "Damn, that's a pretty big peach." End of story.
I literally bought this today
Yeah.
at the convention.
That's funny how he literally bought that book.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like to promote the VHS release. The other side's Toy Story, and the other side's just like Disney tapes.
Shout out
It's
to
cool.
Molly Bertie for maybe thinking ahead and stuff.
She predicted this.
Oh yeah, she predicted it and stuff.
Predict my future.
I'll ask her that
Yeah.
when the next time I see her. But yeah, okay. Think that probably about covers it. I'll just go along with what Spin said and I agree with that. I think that sounds like a reasonable answer. What do you got, Civilian?
I've never fucking even heard of James and the Giant Dildo before, so what?
Bro, James and the Giant Peach is such a good movie. If you have
Yeah.
a chance to watch it, watch it. It's a great.
Yes.
It's by the team that made Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's like got that sort of style. It's a brilliant film.
Mm. You know what I was reminiscing on earlier? The first ever movie I watched in theaters.
What?
Y'all ever heard of a movie called Nine?
No.
Is that weird CGI movie?
Yes.
The weird
Yes, I've heard
CGI
about that movie.
ragdoll
I've never
movie.
seen it.
It's super fucking scary, man. Like, it's legitimately horrifying.
Fair enough. All right, let's get on to Molly Bertie's next question, where she asks, "Does Lightning McQueen buy health insurance or car insurance?" Yeah, she has an awesome sense of humor and stuff. You could probably tell by quite a few of these
Okay.
questions.
Two
I have an
things
answer for this. I have a legitimate answer for this. As per the Pixar theory, the timeline starts at I believe it's Brave, and then
I believe it's Brave.
it starts at Brave. History happens. The world ends, and Wally
Actually,
happens.
it's the good dinosaur green Pory.
Oh, no, the Good Dinosaur is where it starts, yeah. And then Brave, and then like it goes on. Life happens. Then Wally is like after the world ends, and then after Wally, it becomes a Bug's Life, and then it becomes like Cars after that. And I assume that they wouldn't have a dystopian thing like insurance in that era. I think that if you get sick, you just get health care, and then it's good. But yeah, Lightning McQueen is he doesn't deserve insurance after Cars 2 because that's like the worst animated film ever made. Fuck Cars 2. I fucking hate that movie. It's fucking terrible. I'd rather fucking like make out with that Jar Jar Binks lollipop and like fucking die. I hate Cars 2 more
That's
than
funny.
anything. Like I if I could, my blood's boiling. Cars 2 is just the worst movie ever made. Fuck Cars 2. Next question.
Here's civilians, Sven. You two got opinions on that question?
Well, for one, I think it's safe to say that Lightning McQueen gets both because he's a race car driver, so and he's a real person. He's like a citizen of whatever the fuck kind of what does he live in? What city is? I don't give a fuck. Why am I asking this question? But like, he gets health insurance, and on top of that, since he's a sports icon, he gets car insurance. So he's both.
The thing is, you like the thing with car insurance. This is supposed to protect your car, right? Life insurance insures your life or whatever, something like that. Okay. The thing is, they would just have life insurance because the car would be their life, so it would just be life insurance. You don't call it human insurance.
Interesting. So I'd probably say it's the same thing between car insurance, health insurance, and life insurance for Lightning McQueen, all in one and stuff. Cause like if the
Yeah.
car gets fixed and stuff, like it's kind of like if I crashed my vehicle or something like that and brought it into the shop, I'd use car insurance for that. But then if I like broke a bone or something like that, like what I did when I was really young and stuff, I'd use health insurance. For like Lightning McQueen, it's kind of like the same thing on both. It's the same thing and stuff. So
yeah.
that's why I'd say
Well,
they're
when I was
all
a
one thing.
kid, there was like this cartoon I watched that like it was basically like Cars, but like not awful. It was like about this like these parents who had a baby, but they're all like cars, and the kid wanted to, and like the make of the car was like like a boring kind of car, and the kid wanted to be a race car real bad, so he like got like I guess what would be plastic surgery to be like a race car, and then he gets into an accident because of it, and then they're like at like the mechanic, but like it's formatted the way like a doctor's office is. Like they're like sitting there, like the dad's smoking a cigar because this was like a cartoon from like the 50s. And, they're waiting for him to come out, and they're like expecting him to come out as the race car, and the kid learns a lesson. He comes out as the normal car, and the dad's like happy or something. So yes, it's the same thing. What?
What?
That's a real cartoon I watched as a kid. It was
Y'all
on one
ever
of the
watch?
cartoon.
Y'all ever watch My Mother the Car?
No. What the hell's that?
What?
It's a sitcom made in I think like the late '60s or some
Oh,
shit.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
Where
talking
like
about.
this dude's mother is reincarnated into his fucking car.
Have you ever watched it?
I've watched an episode and
That
it's
show didn't last long though. There's only like 5 episodes of that or something, right?
yeah. I did. I don't
I mean,
know.
I'm pretty sure it bombed for obvious reasons.
Anyway, next
see.
question, which is from Pory Nog, Cup or Cone?
There's Pory. There's
Normal.
30 episodes. There's 30
What?
episodes on. There is 30 fucking
How
episodes.
How many seasons?
Just one. It was 30 season. It was
This
30
is a
episodes.
season of Power Rangers? Like Jesus Christ, dude.
Anyway, Cup or Cone, which is from Pory Nog, who is definitely
Normal.
not here in this podcast right now.
Normal.
Sevilla, we gotta come up with the next most interesting response. Or Spin as well could get in on this too.
I choose or.
Ooh.
I
I
like
choose the
that.
question mark at the end of Cup or Cone.
I like that.
I choose the space in between cup and or.
Dang, I thought
I
you were
like
gonna.
that.
Here's how all my friends would probably respond because this has been their response to so many of them. I hope they're listening right now. Their response would be, "Your mom."
Wait, your friends in like second grade? Jesus Christ.
How unoriginal. No one ever tries to go for your dad or your grandmother or your stepfather or
They've
something
been
like
they've
that.
Or
been
your favela internet friends,
they've been using
civilian art.
they've been using that a lot lately. Yeah, and stuff.
Bro, I think
It's
it'd be
fun. It's
better
funny
to.
though that like they time it well though.
I
Oh, and
think
it's
it'd be
super
better
funny.
to.
Like my
I,
friends, my
I've, al-
friends have amazing sense of humors and stuff.
What about me?
Yeah, you
I've
do
always,
as well.
I've always
Thanks.
thought that it would be better to say your sister, and your mom.
I don't know. Okay, so I believe we answered that pretty well from Molly Bertie. Should Battlebots be vaccinated?
The actual robots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he mean. I think he means the teams. I'm gonna guess. I don't.
No,
know.
Do
it's
I
probably
just inject
it's
a
probably the
syringe?
robots.
And if she
Wait.
does mean the robots, I'm gonna make it sound. I'm gonna assume it's the teams regardless. So, in my opinion, no, they should not. Because it, you're already cramped up in the fucking pits with like they already like separate the teams pretty well. Like they still got that like middle fucking Lexan glass thing that's in between both teams whenever you fight, and then you're cramped up with people you usually hang out with anyways, unless you're like a boring team that doesn't hang out with your team and go to like hot dog joints or some shit together,
Me.
which would be lame as shit. So I mean, like, no, you shouldn't vaccinate. I mean, wear a mask if you want to, but you don't have to. Like,
I mean, they literally do require you to wear a mask at Battlebots.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
mask mandate both for the show
Yeah.
and in Las
Yeah,
Vegas?
and vaccination too. Or I think you either had to be vaccinated or you had to have a negative COVID test, like a
Yeah.
few days prior to filming or something like that. Something close to
Yeah.
that. But
I mean, I feel like most BattleBot builders like aren't like crazy science deniers, so like they probably
Same.
for the most part are anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, well,
Yo, shout out
yeah,
to Mammoth.
yeah. Shout out to Mammoth.
But yeah, this question, Molly probably won't get this. Probably won't get this because I know pretty sure she's not a video gamer and stuff. This brings
Why not?
the first thing that comes to thought is a Mega Man 10 reference and stuff. The disease that was going around out and spreading to the robots, and then the antidote was a pill like what you'd see in like Dr. Mario, for example, with a bolt on it and stuff. That's the first thing that came to mind and stuff. Vaccinate a robot like that and stuff, because that'd be interesting. Spin, you want to go? You want to answer it? If you have an
I
answer.
think. Oh wait, well, is this the vaccination question?
Yes.
Okay, so injecting the robots with the vaccination, would that be a waste of resources? Yes. However, I feel like just to be safe, we should do it anyway. Inject into the tires, inject into their spinners, inject into the armor, batteries, lipo, whatever there is, you inject it. If you can't get through the armor, just ask Rusty for help.
That was an awesome response, Spin. That was beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Next question from her. What is your favorite BattleBots weapon? So
Interesting one, actually.
Yeah.
I love me a good hammer bot. Only when they're aggressive though. I like Shatter and I like Blacksmith. Beta, maybe in season 2. The thing is with hammer, like there's always gonna be something interesting about it. They're never just gonna accept a plain hammer with nothing else. We got blacksmith. You got something tanky. You got something good at control. It's gonna put on a good fight. It's gonna be aggressive. It's gonna throw its hammer into a spinner, even though it doesn't help it. It's gonna do it anyway. You have shatter. You have omni wheels. You have the interesting armor. It looks cool, and they have different hammer setups. Chomp is a walker, and before that, they were just flailing about. Beta has a wedge. That's the only like plain hammer in BattleBots. Even then, it is from a legendary team. I might be blanking on another hammer bot, but they are generally more fun. In Robot Wars, I don't really know. I don't really know much about Robot Wars
Sporkanog,
hammers.
Extinguisher, Terahertz, Thor.
Sporkanok's isn't Sporkanok like the hammer thing just for like fun? It's not really there
Yeah.
for functionality. Yeah.
No, there's an actual hammer in there.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
Extinguisher
Well, yeah. That's
at the most recent Robot Ruckus beat Gruff with its hammer.
Yeah.
It beat Gruff with its spinner, though.
That is true. It did beat Gruff with its spinner.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite weapon type. I've always been a big fan of the drum spinner and stuff, including a club I'm involved with here at college. We're looking to make a 30-pound drum spinner that we're hoping to bring to a competition and stuff. Lots of my favorite robots are drum spinners, like Minotaur. Black Dragon technically counts as a drum spinner, even though they're more of an egg beater with a vertical spinner configuration as well. Yeti's another big favorite of mine. Same thing with, I love Copperhead and Poison Arrow, those two. And yeah, those are pretty awesome to see and stuff. There are lots of weapon types that are so awesome to see.
Yeah. My favorite weapon type actually doesn't exist in BattleBots.
Is it a trebuchet?
No, but yes, but no. My favorite weapon type is the horizontal crusher, and
Ooh.
in
okay.
modern BattleBots, we've had, I think, one robot who's had it, and they didn't officially compete. So,
Which robot was that? Remind me.
Road Rash.
Oh yes, they did technically get a
No.
fight, but they weren't in the main competition.
Yeah, like they got one exhibition fight, and quite frankly, Road Rash was like kind of like a shed build anyway. But like that's I love horizontal crushers. Like if someone entered a horizontal crusher in the BattleBots, they'd be my second or third favorite robot by default.
Yeah, my favorite, I'd probably go with the classic, the flippers. I love seeing big flips into the air. While Bronco didn't have the best main event quality in 2018, it still had some good impressive moments with its flipper. I gotta say, going into the Hydra flipper era, I kind of just got lost interest in the flipper era. I don't know if Hydra just kind of didn't have the same, like, badass flipping vibe that Bronco did. So now I'm currently in like the, lifting wedge control bots, grappler bots, you got complete control, overhaul, like suplex bots, claw viper, stuff like that.
Solid. All right, I think that probably about covers it. Molly Bertie's last question: who would win in a fight, David or your robot? I had to clarify this one with her because was she meaning like the Davids from Team Malice, or was she meaning David, who is one of my friends down here? And sure enough, it was the second one. So, a little bit about David. He's a video gamer, a big Halo player, and
Does he have a
stuff.
Nice!
Fairchild Channel
I
F?
love.
I don't think he has a YouTube channel, at least not that I know of.
No, no, no. Does he have a Fairchild Channel
Oh,
F?
I would not know, to be honest.
Oh.
But he's
He should get one if he doesn't.
he's a
Yeah.
bit taller than me, he's a bit stronger than me, and he's a bit faster than me. So who would win in a fight between David or your robot and stuff? And he's an awesome guy.
Wait, which robot?
Uh, really, your robot, like it.
What, like Bong?
I don't
I
know,
don't
maybe.
have a robot.
Yeah, that's right.
Bong would win then. Bong would 100% win.
Devil Hunter would kick David's ass.
I mean, Bong
Damn.
would
You
beat
know,
anyone.
I
Bong would
don't
beat
have a
Dice
robot, but I'm gonna
But
claim Rex since that is my darling, and I will say Rex.
oh,
wins.
you neglected Rex for like an entire fucking month, Spin. You have no right to say Rex is your darling anymore after it ran away from you. It literally ran since it's a walker.
Yeah, but I built.
Actually, it's a gyro robot.
He's not wrong about that, to be honest.
You look here, Spin. You're the one who neglected your cat girl, so I don't want to hear it.
What?
Mister, I'm gonna have a Discord pet and it's a cat girl.
Sir?
It's I do remember that. It's civilian is telling the truth.
I don't have any words.
You got any response to that, Spin?
I will say, I made many mistakes in my lifetime. That was not one of them. That cat girl knew what it did.
What are you referencing right there? Did you kill it or something?
Yeah, what are you referring to when you
Yeah.
say that?
I'd rather not say.
Oh gosh.
Did you do the nasty Spin?
It's illegal.
It's a good thing that that's digital. Otherwise, Spin would be a criminal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that's a digital thing, not a real life thing that we know of. But the only time I know
We
of
don't
is
know.
digitally.
We don't know if Spin's got a cat girl in his closet or something.
No, I mean, Civilian's got a pet crab on Discord. I have a pet rock on here, and it collects me lots of fun stuff. So
yeah.
I
My
give my pet rock lots of credits and stuff.
my
so.
crab name is my crab's name is Mike Hawk. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a name for my rock. He's just named the Rock, so
It's
I'm
the
I'm
Rock.
I'm waiting for when Civilian or Spin tries to rob me, and then instead of them robbing me, they get their butt kicked by my pet rock, because that'd be funny. But regarding that question, who would win in a fight between David or my robot? I built two robots so far. My first one being my Viper robot kit, which was the first one I made, a 1 pound robot. If I came with the base wedge and the lifter, he would probably win that and stuff.
Oh
But
my God.
if I put the horizontal spinner on there and stuff, which I wouldn't do that because I don't want to kill him, because David's awesome, and stuff. All my friends are awesome and stuff. I wouldn't want to kill them, but he'd lose that one. if he fought the 3D printed Wedgebot that I competed with on a campus tournament and here at college and stuff, he'd probably win that one as well, just because my Wedgebot is so slow and stuff. It's unfortunately we got the motor ratio wrong, and so while we did have a ton of push power in that thing, it was incredibly slow and stuff. So he'd probably win
Yeah.
that one. If he went up against the robot, the club I'm part of was preparing right now, which is a 30-pound drum spinner, as I said earlier, like he'd probably lose that one, but I wouldn't want to kill him and stuff. What?
Just the way you worded it, you're like, I wouldn't want to kill him.
Of course I wouldn't want to. No, robots are made to fighting robots are made to fighting robots, though, is the thing.
No, I agree.
And stuff.
I
so.
agree. It's just the wording was funny to me. I don't know why.
I am a pretty funny guy, at least on these podcasts. I don't know about
That's
in real
true.
life.
Based.
Yeah, I only have one bot I made so far. It's currently 2 and 2, which is cool.
Well, 2 and 4 with that L you took in Uda.
It never fought in Uda, so it doesn't count.
No, you took an L there.
Okay, we're gonna get
Spin,
to.
did you like what? Spin, did you like what I sent you in podcast chat?
That image brings up many memories. Good and bad, mostly bad, sometimes good.
Let's see what he sent via my phone. Holy crap! That Jar Jar Binks candy thing that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh,
awesome,
no.
civilian. Okay, we got 2 questions left. They are both mine and stuff. Who are your current dark horse predictions at the moment for this season of Battlebots? Yeah, so I currently have a few candidates for this. It's like right now, I have my number 1 candidate right now, which I'll share at the end. Lucky is one that I think is one to watch this season and stuff for a potential dark horse candidate, because like the Flippers got a lot of power to it. They got that driver is excellent for them so far this season, and I could definitely see Lucky making a serious run and stuff. I hope we get to see a third fight out of Lucky in the next episode. And stuff. I wouldn't know because the fight card isn't going to come out for me until 2 days after the day we recorded this right now and stuff. So, yeah. Let's see who else was up there as well. I could even say rookies. I don't know if this would count exactly, but I'd say rookies like Riptide and Riptide could be one to watch as well and stuff. The drum spinner's been an absolute killer so far. Or could say defender as well, because like while there are probably still a few gremlins there based off of what we've seen, defender has shown some promise to me. But then my number 1 candidate right now for dark horse, Fusion. I think Fusion is a big one. I think Fusion is a big one to keep an eye on and stuff for this one, because like, while the Copperhead fight might not have gone so well for them, like they did terrific in the Cobalt fight and made absolute mincemeat of that robot that tore apart 2 robots so far this season and stuff. And I think if Fusion figures out all those minor gremlins that have haunted them so far this season, I think Fusion could definitely be a big contender and could go far this season.
Here, I'll go next.
There you go.
I have 3 like dark horses in my mind. I have one that I think is actually a nut contender, and 2 that I think are gonna make a deep run / are gonna be really good. My first one is not like the 2 that isn't number 1 is not in order. My first one is gonna be Shatter. I think Shatter's really great. I mean, it's for its 2 fights so far pretty good. It did quite a bit of damage to like Sub-Zero. I saw that like go like through a panel. That was excellent. Shatter is also just really good. They made they made quarters last year, and I'm just impressed with their hammer and driving. You know, they're quite durable. They've taken some nasty hits. You know, and I just have a lot of faith in them. Number 2, dark horse would be Hijinks. I don't have any rookies or anything up here because I just need to see more of them. And even if we have seen quite a few of them, I wouldn't call them exactly dark horses because they are front runners. Yeah, but hijinks I think is really good. They've got a strong horizontal. They need work on like reliability and stuff, but like so far they've kept spinning, and I feel like I really like the tail because that is really low to the ground and it has been pretty effective in some of their fights. It's been really helpful because it forces the opponent to choose between wedge or ground game. Sometimes their wedge has ground game, but like in a lot of cases, hijinks can just win. You
Yeah,
know. But my number one dark horse, you're gonna like this, is Ribbot. Ribbot, I think gets like not been considered for nut contender, even though they truly are. Because they are really durable. They pack a lot
Hey,
punch. They're aggressive and they're fast. Their weapon is so much more powerful now, and somehow they. I can't say for sure because they haven't fought any spinners, but it seems pretty reliable. It hasn't really like spun down in any major way. It's been getting nasty hits in. It's been fast and aggressive, which is really good. Look at their axolotl fight. Look at their uppercut fight. They beat uppercut just by driving into them and being aggressive and just taking hits. Even though they lost that whole configuration, it was still a really decisive and good victory for them. I just trust their driving a lot, and I don't think people are really looking at them as nut contenders for some reason.
hey.
yeah. Before we get to Pory's Dark Horse candidates and whatever he's got in response, I'd like to add hijinks to my notables as well. Cause yeah, I was expecting you to leave again. I'd like to add hijinks to my notables, cause yeah, including gotta give hijinks credit for like the tail of that robot held off Sub-Zero long enough so their spinner could get up to full speed too, and so gotta agree with
Mhm.
everything Spin said there. I'd also like to add Captain Shredderator to that too, because like, well, the Gigabyte win might not have been the Gigabyte loss might not have exactly been the best, even though they were winning a few hits and stuff. Like the Tombstone win was amazing. Same the Jaeger win, there was definitely some gremlins in there, but it was definitely up there too. I know, Pory, I'll leave the floor to you, but if Civilian comes back, just warning you, I'm going to interrupt and start talking about hijinks again.
Okay, that's fair. Uh, yeah. So, uh, first off, come on, man. I've been rocking Ribbot since they were first revealed in 2019. Like, come on now. I'm giving them the love. They're gonna win the nut. I've been saying that for 3 years now, and it's gonna finally happen this year. As for dark horse candidates, P1. I think P1 is gonna get that deep run for sure. Other than that, Lucky is a shout, I think. And I'm gonna probably say oh, this is hard. Trying to think who's in the top 30. Who I think is in the top 32. Shatter.
Hey civilian
And
arc.
Hijinks. Hijinks is one that I think would also
Yeah.
look good.
Dang,
Okay, and
I was gonna ask him if he remembered that time that hijinks beat his original Dark Horse
we
candidate.
can do it next
Oh yeah, we
time.
can do that next.
But yeah, Shatter is another big one. Uh, Shatter just looking like a snack. It's definitely good. It's looking clean. I think it has potential to, do a deep run. I mean, it did a pretty deep run last year. So, is it really fair to call it a dark horse? I
No, here
don't
I
know.
got a more fun idea the next time he comes back. We'll wait on
No,
civilian.
I have a fun
I have a
one.
fun idea. I gotta do this one next.
Yeah, you do it next. But yeah, that's
How's
my
your day
answer.
going, both of you, while we wait for civilian arc to come
Doing
back?
good. Doing good. I went to
Pretty
the
good. I'm gonna
convention.
watch. Ooh, I'm gonna watch two movies later. It's gonna be fun.
What movies?
The French Dispatch by Wes Anderson, and The
Uh,
Secret Life of Yeti by Studio Ghibli. Those will be
mm,
fun. Maybe I'll watch Good Will Hunting starring.
I do love Studio Ghibli, so like
I might watch Good Will Hunting because my friend has been begging me to watch that movie, starring Robin Williams, known for his famous movie Jack and Night Museum: Secret of the Tomb.
Ooh, lovely. That sounds fun. It's been productive
yeah.
for me, although almost everything I've been doing up to this has been homework. So yeah, I got a bunch of assignments coming up soon. Hey, civilian arc, you wanna know who I also think would be a? You wanna know who I'm also gonna add to my notables for dark horse candidates? as well as
Are you-
hijinks. I'm also gonna add Duck to it as well, because Duck's performed pretty well so far, and even I'm just kidding. I wish I could. I wish Duck did better, at least so far this season and
Yeah.
stuff. It's too bad that didn't happen, unfortunately.
You know,
But
it's
know,
not-
hey, Civilian Arc, you remember that time that
All
hijinks
I'm
beat your original Dark Horse candidate? All right, that was the last one. Unless Pory's got something else to say to him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see when he comes back. Oh man, that when they took out Sub-Zero, woo! They were taking out. They took out the wheels. They took out that flipper. You know, like the way that they held Sub-Zero off with that back tail. Like,
Guys,
that
it
was
is not too late.
insane.
Guys, it's not too
It's
late.
insane.
It's
Now
not
they're
too
2-1.
late,
They're
It's
looking
not
great.
too late, guys. It's not too late, guys. It's not too late to say that all you fuckers were joking, okay?
All
It's
right,
not
here
too
I got
late.
I got a follow up question here.
What?
Okay. Oh, wait a sec. No, I actually gotta save this one because the thing that because this was a hint from somebody else and this isn't public knowledge, so I can't really say that. So, all right, Civilian, what are your Dark Horse candidate?
Okay, my
things?
dark horse pick isn't one of the lamest fucking horizontal spinners to ever disgrace this fucking competition. Fucking Jesus.
It's an owl. How do you hate owls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Because-
a neon
because
owl too.
I ate an owl once and it tasted disgusting.
You
What?
ate an owl?
You ate an owl?
Yes.
Why do you eat an owl?
Yeah.
Can you even do that?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking that
You're
up
out
on my
of
phone
control.
while you say that.
You're making
Well,
that up. You didn't really eat an owl.
Yeah.
But okay, my dark horse. I actually don't really have much dark horses. I guess Lucky's up there. Also, Claw Viper is also another candidate, which I think
Claw
could be a,
Viper's a good
Okay,
call.
Civilian Arc,
dark horse
apparently you just called yourself a criminal because in the United States it is illegal to even be in the possession of an owl feather, much less eating an owl. So
I did it in Mexico.
let's see. Keep going.
Which, yeah, Claw Viper is definitely a good call in my opinion. I'd say that yeah, like I said, Lucky's also a decent choice. I can't really say there's any other calls for Dark Horse in my opinion. This has been a fairly straightforward season. I mean, while we've gotten some like big names losing, such as like Tombstone, Lockjaw, Witch Doctor taking some rough losses. This hasn't really been the season of like, you know, like really like big ass surprises, like unlike 2020 where like, oh fucking Endgame takes out Tombstone, Hydra takes out Witch Doctor, stuff like that. Because like in terms of like, you know, bots that did good last year, like literally every single bot that made top 8 last year is doing pretty solid. I mean, like the only bot that I'm pretty sure is not unbeaten currently is Sawblaze and Black Dragon, and oh yeah, I guess Hydra's not doing good, but that's like the only bot from the top 8 that's doing kind of bad.
Okay, I got a follow-up question.
What?
Do y'all remember that time Civilian Arc drafted a hijinks in the 5th round of King of Draft? Then he pursued to trade away a hijinks for Rampage not long after
'cause
that, since
Hijinks
he
sucks,
apparently hates
and I hate it.
hijinks. And then
I do. I hate
hijinks went to lose its first fight. Rampage went to lose its first fight. Then hijinks
Also,
went to win its next 2 fights.
It should
One
be
of them might have been
Should be 1 and 2.
One of them might have been a
Should've
little
been 1, 2,
controversial,
2.
even though I did agree with the call based off of the judging criteria. And then
Which is
hijinks went
bullshit.
on to win absolutely dominant against Civilian Arc's Dark Horse picks.
Yeah,
And we don't even know
yet
yet for sure if Rampage has a second fight coming and stuff. It's not.
Oh yeah, Hijinks has 2 strong wins. Sure it does. It beat a fucking bot. It
I
shouldn't
never
have
said it was
because
2 strong wins. I said the
it
last
got
one was a
fucking-
strong win.
because it
Sub-Zero
fucking-
was a
it
strong
fucking
win.
Yeah,
robbed-
Sub-Zero was a strong
It
win.
fucking robbed Kraken and it like clapped the worst bounty hunter besides Gruff, who both are like C- robots. So yeah, congrats Hijinks. You beat a bot that's on the same tier of you. I'm very proud of you. Why don't you beat a bot that's actually good this time? How about that? And not rob them like you did with Kraken. Let's see how that
Bro,
goes.
they didn't rob them. The judge, as for the judging
Yeah,
criteria, it was the right
No.
call.
yeah, they robbed them.
Damage 4-1 Kraken. Control 2-1 Kraken. Aggression 2-1
Just
Kraken.
Kraken didn't. Okay. There's an argument to be made. There's an argument to be made about Kraken, but like Kraken did not win damage. Zero
Yeah,
shot.
there's
Zero
there's
shot.
there's
He
no
got
way
1
Kraken.
point because he wasn't dead.
Zero shot. Kraken dealt like no damage.
Guys, I think Spin meant to say Hijinks, but he accidentally said Kraken. But I'm still gonna troll around and say that he agrees with me.
Oh, I thought you said Kraken.
Yeah,
You
did say 4-1 Kraken, Spin. I don't know if you meant that or not.
Okay, my bad.
No worries, Spin.
I
scored it 4-1 damage for Hijinks, 2-1 on each for aggression and control. The thing is, I would have given that fight to Kraken personally if the judging criteria was not the way it is and stuff. Because there are points in the rule book for aggression and control that would give Hijinks an aggression and control point and stuff. And
my point still stands. Hijinks sucks. It's gonna get fucking clapped first round, and I'm gonna be happy because I never have to look at that fucking thing until another year.
Yeah, Jen was talking about after the Kraken recap that they do have design changes they're planning to come with, and Jen is gonna have a controller for her next season.
But they're getting rid of Orion Beach.
No.
They are not. They are not
likable. Orion will still be a driver. It's just I believe Jen's gonna be powering like the weapon or something like that.
Bro, Orion Beach soloing it was like the only thing I liked about Hijinks, and now they're getting rid of that. Man, fuck Hijinks.
They're not getting.
I hate it.
I just said they're not. I just said they're not getting rid of Orion.
I said Orion Beach soloing it. Solo, as in one person, and that one person is Orion Beach. If Orion Beach and then Jen is on the controls for Hijinks, Orion Beach is not soloing it, is it? Is he?
Yeah, he's still going to be driving the robot around, though. He doesn't need to do both things.
Yes, he does, because it's Orion fucking Beach.
I know, he's a very handsome fellow, but
you do realize that when Orion Beach was driving Scorpios, Diane was running the weapon during that.
Yeah, but Diane is cool.
Jen is cool as well.
Jen is cool, yeah.
Jen is awesome.
She is.
No shot.
You don't even know her. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say, like,
you don't even know Diane. What are you talking about?
I've talked with both Diane and Jen on social media.
I've talked with Diane, and Diane likes my content.
Yeah,
so I have to.
Jen and Diane both like my content.
Yeah, well, Jen doesn't like my content. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe if you didn't go on video being like, I hate her, then maybe she would like your content. You know, you can't just be salty because you're going on like videos like talking about these builders that you've never interacted with because they want to fight that you don't think they should have. You're like, oh, I don't like her because they beat Kraken. It's like, bro, for one, the judges made that call. For two, it was the right call, and for three,
no, it
wasn't. Well, then you become a judge then, mister.
I will, bro. I'm literally making the shittiest power rankings ever, so Battlebots can invite me to their selection committee.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll do that ever.
Okay. Bro, you're the kind of guy who watches Battlebot Season 1 and thinks that Ray Billings is actually a mean, malicious guy.
No, I don't. What? No,
dude. I didn't know you back then, but I'm going to assume you probably were. You were like, I hate that guy, he's mean.
Oh, I was kind of a dick in 2015.
No, I was too. I feel you.
Yeah. Anything else, Ben?
No.
Okay, so the last question, which this is kind of a two-parter. Who is your pick for the championship so far? Second part is, who's your top 4 as of now? I have a feeling we're gonna have some interesting stuff here.
Okay.
I'll even add. You can also add who you all like some other robots you think have potential too. That's fine as well.
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Spin.
you can go first.
Okay, right now my top 4 is Rotator,
Yes.
Sawblaze, Whiplash, and of course our reigning champ, Ribbot.
Yeah,
So you
base.
see,
Ribbot.
Ribbot's the
I
reigning champ. Okay,
Mhm,
Spin.
yes, it is.
Okay.
You know, Spin is base, dude.
I
God
don't think
damn
anyone's
it.
gonna win again. That's just. But I think Ribbot, my dark horse, has a strong chance of being a nut winner.
How is
So
Ribbot a
Sawblaze
dark
obviously.
horse? It's a former quarterfinalist.
No one likes it that. No one's like thinking. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
all
in
you
my opinion,
favelas are like,
Ribbot
"Yeah,
is
he's
the
not
fifth
good,
worst
he's a
quarter.
frog.
Yeah, Ribbot's the fifth
Hey,
worst
I haven't said that. I've said
quarterfinalist
Ribbot's
ever.
good.
a dark horse.
No, I know you did,
Cause
Green.
like
But
Ribbot is.
this one,
I mean,
Oh, Ribbot's the fifth
no one
worst
takes Ribbot too
quarterfinalist.
serious. Like everyone
Yeah,
likes
'cause
Ribbot, but like
it's
no
literal-
one's like hyping it up as a nut contender. No one's throwing up
Spin.
like
hey,
throwing it.
hey,
Spin.
Here, civilian.
Hey.
Let's Spin speak, civilian.
Okay.
no, hold up, before Spin speaks. You saying no one sees Riba as a nut contender?
Except for
All
you.
right, thank
Except for you. No one's like consistently throwing Ribbot.
Like Ribbot's on my list for robots that I think could win the giant nut.
Yeah, Green actually did say that.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't paying attention when people talk about Ribbot.
No, but
My
I mean,
bad.
but like when Ribbot beat Uppercut, people were molding pretty bad about it. For being real,
That was so funny.
Oh yeah, and there
I'm
was
sorry
even
that I
there was
witnessed.
even a little bit of that when Black Dragon beat Tombstone because there were so many people that wanted Uppercut and Tombstone in the top 8, and we ended up getting Black Dragon and Ribbot instead.
Yeah, well, they
stuff.
should cry about it.
Yeah.
Get good.
Yeah, because we got to see Black Dragon,
was
one of the greatest robots ever, make the top 4
No.
and stuff, and then they're gonna go 2 steps further, or eventually and stuff. And
Oh, so
this
you?
season
Oh,
or
so you
next
mean?
season,
So I thought Minotaur was gonna win the giant nut. Green, what happened? To
I said
that?
either this season or next season and stuff. Minotaur is probably going to win this season, and then Black Dragon's going to win it next season, and then Jackpot will win it 2 seasons later, and then Malice will win it the following season.
Bro, Black Dragon couldn't even take on a bot that lost to Mammoth. How are you supposed to?
and then Shatter will win 5 seasons later.
Okay.
Then Switchback will come in and win 6 seasons later.
Actually,
And,
you know what? To
and
Green's
Hell yeah.
credit,
And then in S7, Vlad the Impaler will come back and will win the giant nut and stuff. So
to Green's
That's true.
credit, I'd honestly pop off for a Shatter Championship if I'm being
I
real.
would do.
and then after
but
Vlad the Impaler, then Stinger will come back. No, Sewer Snake will come back and win the giant nut. Then Original
Yes.
Sin will come back and win the giant nut. And then Ribbot's gonna win it following that and stuff.
Ribbot's gonna win all those.
Ribbot's
seasons
gonna
you
come
just
in.
described.
Ribbot's gonna come in with a full body frog configuration and win the giant nut with that. So
A full froggy
I
spinner.
want Hammer
Yeah.
Frog.
okay, go ahead, Spin. I interrupted you. You go ahead, keep going.
Oh yeah, so Sawblaze is my obvious number 1 right now. It's just really good. Got good ground game. It's destructive weapon, well driven. That end game loss, just a fluke. They're gonna come back from this. They're gonna fight each other in the bracket,
Yes.
and it's gonna be a different outcome. Mark my words. And then you have Whiplash.
yes.
You know, that's one of the best drivers in sport. You know, that Scorpios win was not the best showing of Whiplash because it kind of got dominated. However, it is still a really good driven bot and it is very versatile. It can deal damage. It can controlling. They really good at just getting KOs somehow because they take advantage of weaknesses. They flip over bots and center them. They push them against walls and stuff. Like they could have KO'd Black Dragon if they wanted to, but they want to keep the fight going. You know, Ribbot. I talked about Ribbot earlier because it is really durable. It's aggressive. It's reliable. It's coming. You know, and then I said, I said Rotator, but I want to switch it to Tantrum because they are tanky.
Yes,
They're fast.
nice.
They're driven.
Good
And their
job,
weapon
good
now
job,
packs a
Sven.
punch.
Yep.
I'm not sure how reliable the weapon is, but it's still a really good bot even without the weapon because it's got control, it's got speed, driving, and ground game, and those are really good things to have.
Yeah, I agree with that, Spin. I respect that. Also, Pory, I'm gonna say this just to tick you off.
This is not gonna be good.
But this is factual. I've done extensive research on this. I've taken a look at every single quarterfinalist, Pory, and the only quarterfinalists I deem worse than Ribbot are D tier robots. So Yeah.
Yeah, but your power rankings are like the power rankings you'd expect from like an 8-year-old. So like
Oh,
that's not really
I'll,
relevant.
I'll show you the quarterfinalist rankings one day, and then you'll bitch about it since Ribbot's in the bottom 5. But yeah,
I
but
mean, yeah,
other
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna look into your rankings. I'll be like, damn. Guess I gotta stop liking my favorite robot,
oh, you're gonna hate my rankings is what I'm
bro. I
saying.
don't care about your rankings. You're allowed to have your opinions. Like, what's
It's not
You're
opinions
acting
though. If
like
it's
this is like
factual.
some big like scheme. Like you're like, oh,
Oh,
I have
you
power rankings that go against what I have power rankings he disagrees with. That'll show him. Like,
no,
come
but you're
on,
gonna
man.
you're gonna make fun of me like you do with my power rankings, even though Ribbot was in number one.
You wanna know who's gonna win the
Bro,
Giant Nut 9 seasons later?
Who?
Cyclone.
Yeah.
And
10
then you
Cyclone.
seasons
wanna know
later?
Yes,
and then you wanna know who's gonna win
yes,
the
that's
Giant Nut
true.
10 seasons later?
Paul.
Rusty.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay,
11
so
Okay,
now
seasons
so
later,
I'll go
Al
on.
Rucker is gonna revive Duck,
ooh,
and it's
yes.
gonna
Gross.
win.
And then
That's
season
good.
12
That
and season 13, Hijinks is going to win it because we're going to have a two-time in a row champion. And then
Hijinks is not winning 2 times in a row in a vert meta competition. That's not
Well, I mean,
happening.
10 years from now, the Verts might not be the meta.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my championship now. This is gonna come to a shock to y'all. I want y'all to brace yourselves, okay? Like take a deep
Duck.
breath. Just
Where are the he's probably going to have changed it for the third time now.
breathe it
Yeah.
all in. Breathe it. Take it in. Take it in, guys. Just take it in. Okay, so I predicted champ currently is Hypershock. I feel like it's
Yeah.
fast, speedy, maneuverable, good weapon, good power. Will Bale's driving is on full display this season, and I just can't think of a bot that can beat out that speed and maneuverability that Hypershock currently has. Now, in my top 4, we've got Hypershock, as I said. Tantrum, like's been said, speedy, quick, good weapon. Unreliable at some times, but I mean, it's still good. Uh, at number 3, we have Jackpot, because Jackpot has had some killer weaponry, but also its mobility is the one thing that I'm a bit afraid of. But I still think Jackpot has the big chance of making a deep run this year. And then number 4, my final fourth bot, we got who was my fourth bot? Oh yeah, my fourth bot was in fact Copperhead, because Copperhead, low drum, low ground game, and Robert Cowan is just a good driver all around. He's very calm, collected, and I feel like if there's any bot that can win the nut with a calm and slow approach, it'd be him.
Thing I'm not sure about is was he driving in the fusion fight? Because I know he wasn't driving in the Lockjaw fight.
Who was
Like,
driving in the Lockjaw
it was
fight?
one of the teammates. He had some
Okay, then
stuff.
whoever
I think Cowan
the
was running the
copper.
weapon in the Lockjaw fight. I'm not sure about the fusion fight. I'm not sure who was driving in that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, those are my top 4. You guys are free to make fun of me for it like you always
Those are
do.
respectable, to
It's
be
fine,
honest.
yeah.
Okay, so my champ is Minotaur, obviously, because Minotaur is awesome. And, and then
Sorry, continue.
Minotaur, we made mincemeat out of Dragon Slayer. We made mincemeat out
No,
of
you
Deep
didn't.
Six, and
No, you
and
didn't.
yeah, give us Dragon Slayer Deep Six again. We'll just give us both of them at the same time. We'll still beat them easily and stuff. And
That's probably true, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and then we'll take on Sawblaze again, because like that was a banger of a fight between the two. No shame in
That was
losing
a
to
good fight.
Sawblaze
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah, that,
including if we
yeah,
brought
that
out that drum spinner from 2019 and stuff that did quite a bit of damage to Deep Six. Like even though Deep Six's airborne thing was not because of the drum spinner, Minotaur still did a sick amount of damage to the underside of that robot and caused those internals to go off, I believe. So yeah, and then other Final Four contenders, Black Dragon, obviously. Black Dragon's been looking awesome and stuff, so knows. I mean, Black Dragon beat so many awesome robots so far, and then no shame in losing to
like
Rotator
who?
either, because Rotator is great and stuff. We beat Ribbot. Ribbot's an awesome robot. We beat Tombstone last season. Tombstone's an awesome robot as well. Let's see. We beat Claw Viper twice, and both of those were pretty fun fights to watch.
And Claw Viper won an
Ice
Emperor.
Wave is an awesome contender. We took them out as well.
Contender.
And then let's see, we got Scorpios back in 2019 and stuff. That was a pretty good fight too, even though it was a basement fight at the end of the season and stuff. So there's some awesome choices. Same thing with Kraken
Why are
as
you
well.
I
What?
just ask why are you basing on Black Dragon being a contender based on previous seasons? Like what?
Yeah, I have a few from this season too. Just Black Dragon's done great, is what I'm saying. And then yeah, let's see. Some of my other big contenders, Jackpot's
And
definitely
before
up
Texas
there.
Twister comes back.
What's up?
That's fair.
Oh, Jackpot's definitely up there as well. Jackpot's been looking great. Sawblaze is definitely one of my top contenders for the Giant Nut, because even though that endgame fight might have been quick, that Mad Catter and Minotaur fights, those two were just at sheer domination from Sawblaze. Like, you can't take that out of consideration and stuff. And then, let's see, who else? Rotator and Copperhead are up there as well. Both of them have been absolute giants so far. Let's see. I'd also add Hypershock to that. Ribbot as well, because both of them have been looking great too. But we know Black Dragon would win against Ribbot again. But Minotaur will beat them first. So, yep. Pory's not saying anything, so it must be true. And stuff.
No,
so.
I'm just, I'm letting you.
Yeah.
It's your time to talk.
Okay, that's true. Anyway, Pory, it's your time now, since I've named off a bunch. But really, anyone can win the Giant Nut. So.
Okay, so number 1, Giant Nut winner, Ribbot. Ribbot's winning the Giant Nut. Full stop. Ribbot's going all the way.
Okay.
Also in the top 4, we got Sawblaze. We got Rotado.
Okay.
We got for the 4th slot, I'm not sure.
Tantrum. Say Tantrum.
Minotaur.
Say Tantrum.
Not Minotaur. Not Tantrum.
Bro, you know
Black
Tantrum
Dragon.
would beat Minotaur. Tantrum would clap Minotaur.
No.
Base that Minotaur would beat Tantrum. Yeah.
You said Minotaur would beat Tantrum?
Yeah, Pory said that.
No, Whiplash maybe. Definitely.
Copperhead.
Copperhead maybe. Minotaurs maybe. Minotaurs all street cred. Yeah. Deadlift. Deadlift is going all the way.
No.
Smee. Hijinks, perhaps.
Hijinks. Hijinks,
yes,
100%
definitely.
going all the way.
Hey, what?
P1.
We gotta wait till he comes back.
P1. Maybe. Maybe P1 got that dark horse run going on. I'm gonna say. I don't know. Fusion.
Yeah, I could definitely see Fusion as well.
Fusion. No, part of my French.
Free shipping.
Free shipping's gonna win a bounty. Let's be real here. It's
I don't know
just
about
how
all
it is.
the way in a bounty, but it's definitely possible.
I believe in free shipping.
I'd love to see free shipping and gigabytes and stuff.
That's a bounty I think they're gonna throw.
I'm predicting Gigabyte is gonna be a legend and stuff, and
yeah,
which we don't know the bounty legends right now, but Gigabyte would be a big one in my opinion, and I'd love to see a Gigabyte free shipping.
Anyways,
hey, Pory, you said pardon my French.
The way they took out, yeah, and the way that Hijinks took out Sub-Zero is just like really, really cool.
Yeah, the way it took out a C tier robot was really fun.
Bro, at the beginning of the season, every 5 minutes you were like, Sub-Zero's gonna be in the dark horse. I don't want to hear it.
That was Qwerty. You're mixing me up.
No, that was you. Qwerty's still saying that. You were saying that in the beginning. You were like, Sub-Zero's gonna. That's why what was your first King of Draft pick?
Yeah.
You know. You
got him good there. That's true. His first King of Draft pick was Sub-Zero.
Look, I like Sub-Zero. It's a neat robot, but come on now. But yeah, there's really not much more to say. Like there's just a lot of robots that could win the nut, and that's kind of the fun of this season, you know. And last season was like that too. It was like you didn't you like seasons 3 and 4 kind of had me like, yeah, Bite Force is gonna win this.
Here,
And I don't have
I
that
got the
anymore,
next
which
thing I'm
is
gonna say
nice.
to Civilian Arc when he comes back. Good
Okay.
stuff. This'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. How you got so exposed him right there. He walked out. That was so funny. All right, how long until he comes back? Unless if he's bitching at us in KOD or something like that.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Or I haven't been getting any notifications lately.
Uh-uh.
Man, where's that favela at?
Yeah.
It's taking him longer than usual to come back.
What words can we
he's
say to
playing
summon?
Hey,
Civilian?
Civilian Arc. Hey, Civilian.
What?
We all took a vote here, and we all voted yes to that you have to join Court in his Subway meal video. You have to get a meatball
No.
marinara sub, wear a
No.
white shirt along with
Fuck.
him, and do the video along with him in the
I didn't
background and
make a
stuff.
fucking.
We've been
I didn't.
we're talking
I
to
didn't.
Sterling Brown about it, telling him that we voted you to do this, and yeah,
Okay,
you're on to it since
show me
you
the
said this.
show me the message. Show me the message board that said that QWERTY said that I can be on a podcast of him and me eating meatball sub marinara.
Well, he hasn't
then
seen
we'll
my
fucking
message
vote.
yet
You
since he's
asked me,
probably
you
at
would.
work and stuff. So.
Okay, okay, so then show me when he agrees. But right now, yeah, no.
You know, if he agrees, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I need the ad rev.
Ad
Ad.
rev? What? You're gonna get ad revenue from his like 70 subscribers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't get ad
Although
revenue from.
Although I don't know where
from my
Sterling
channel yet.
Brown, I don't know where QWERTY lives, so I don't know if I can do it anyway.
What?
What are you doing on
You
cam,
don't
dude?
need
You
to
do
do.
it on Discord.
Have you even seen
Oh,
his
okay.
Have you even seen his hot dog video and stuff? You just be on like a Discord call with him via camera and
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
And,
gotcha.
Yeah,
like,
because he tried to get me to join him for the hot dog video, and I just was busy. I was gonna be like, the plan for the hot dog video is I was gonna be on voice call with him while he did it, like making fun of him pretty much, but I just couldn't.
yeah. Anything else then, or should we close it out for this questionnaire?
Close it out.
All right. So, yeah, that'll do it for this questionnaire. Thanks to everybody who sent in questions for this one and stuff. The plan is to do one more Battlebots questionnaire at the end of the season and stuff, a postseason questionnaire, basically. It was a lot of fun doing this. So, if you didn't get to send in any of your questions, we will be doing a postseason questionnaire, as I just said. So, yeah. Thanks for checking this out and stuff. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out Pory and Civilian's YouTube channels. Their links will be in the description. Shout out to Spin for coming to these all the time. It's a lot of fun having Spin Doctor here. So, yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
seems
for
cool.
watching this video, and I will hopefully see you for the next podcast.